Good evening again. Sorry if I've had to come back to you for a second time. We're still having terrible Wi-Fi and internet service here in South Africa. My name's Rob Yates and welcome to episode number 81 of Tetrakey TV. Tonight is a part 2 in a series that I started last night about what is it that you can control. We spoke last night about how there's only 2 things that you can control, while we all have a desire to control all sorts of things, from our tax to the people who work from us, to our consumers, to our finances. We have a massive list of things that we would like to be able to control more, but in reality there is only 2 things. And last night we mentioned that our thoughts and our mindset was one of those things. And what I want to talk about tonight is talk about the other thing. Now, the importance of having control in your life is vital, because once you have control, you can then change what it is that you do, because you're living life through known patterns, through known behaviors, through known strategies. And once you know what those things are and you have that control, you can then adjust those known quantities and keep tweaking them, just like you would do to tune a motor on a car. You'll keep doing that until eventually you get something that performs better, and reaches some form of peak performance, performance that can be accelerated. And so this second thing will be no surprise to you. The second thing that you have 100% control over is your actions. Now, but believe it or not, everything you do or do not do is done through a degree of choice, and actually a huge degree of choice. You could say that we often wander around on autopilot, and maybe that's an inactive choice of some sort that you have made. But everything that you do has a choice. Every action that you do has a choice. And my question for you is, how many conscious choices are you really making on a daily basis, thinking about what the end is in mind that you wish to get and what actions you're going to take to achieve that? Then monitoring whether you achieve that end in mind from that, be it meeting, that presentation, that crucial sales pitch, and altering and changing what it was you did in terms of a active strategy or an action to go forwards into the next encounter to improve the outcome. Now, I'm going to guess that, like probably 95 to 99% of people on planet Earth, that probably that you do this some of the time, and you make a real concerted effort to do it some of the time, but nevertheless, when times get busy, you slip into the same old patterns, going on autopilot, and get the same old results. So here's my question for you, and tonight's going to be short. You have a choice to act differently. Now, there's a massive amount of temptation here to think about these big, grand actions. But if we go and think about the principle of domino effect, where we can start with a tiny 5mm high domino and we can knock it over, each domino will knock over a domino 1.5 times its size. So the 5mm one will knock over a 7.5mm domino. 7.5 domino will knock over something 1.5 times its size, so on and so forth. And after 29 times, you'll be knocking over a domino in that ripple effect that is the size of the Empire State Building, all through knocking over the right 5mm domino to start with. And so if there was 1 or 2 regular actions that you could choose to take that would make a difference in your life that are small, what would they be? Could they be as simple as being more pleasant and polite to people? Could they be more about being on time? Could they be more about planning? What is it for you that if you did 2 small actions different daily would add up to making a massive difference overall for you? And I'd like you to think about this in terms of something really small and practical that you can do. For me personally, my action is I take 10 to 15 minutes every morning to just play with my daughter, regardless of what my iPhone says, what my diary says, whether my Uber driver is waiting outside for me, whether I've had breakfast, whether I've had coffee, no matter what it is. I always, whenever I'm at home, take that 15, 20 minutes, however long I can squeeze in, to just spend time with her. And when I say spend time with her, it is 100% dedicated, uninterrupted, fun time with her where nothing gets in between that relationship between her and I. A busy person, as most of you would recognize that I am, I'm often not at home, I'm often away. Those times are golden and precious, both for me and for my daughter and for her growth. And that action will compound upon itself as a small little thing that I can do daily that will make a massive difference in my relationship with my daughter when she is older. And so that's my example of what I do. My second one is I make the opportunity for myself to check in with everybody who works with me and for me at least once a fortnight to find out how they are, how their world is, what's going on, what's challenging them, what's exciting them, and what are they thinking about at this point in time. I often do it via a text message, a quick call while I'm driving, or a WhatsApp message. And never via email because it's too impersonal. And it just allows me to keep my finger on my people in the business and therefore the pulse of the business. So those are two things that I do, two actions that I can be in complete control of. They're small, they're effective. What could it be for you? What are the actions that you do? And here's something else to be aware of with this, is we all do things and afterwards go, oh shit, I've done it again. You know the action that's corrosive, that's of no use to you, but you do it out of habit and it trips you up more often than not. And afterwards you go, I will never do that again. Maybe it's going out and drinking too much beer on a Sunday night. Maybe it's about not treating somebody with enough dignity and respect. I don't know what it is, whatever it is for you. Whatever it is for you that trips you up and you go, again, I've done it again. How about becoming more conscious about that action, that negative action, and putting some safeguards in place for yourself as to stop yourself from doing it? Maybe that could be something that you could do. And so that's my challenge. Go and think about putting some safeguards in place or one or two actions that will benefit you. Go and take it forwards for a week or 2 weeks. Write down daily what it is that the positive gain is. Let us know by sending me a message on the Tetrakey Facebook page, or just why not put a comment in the comment section beneath this video about what your actions specifically are going to be, and please make them small so you easily can fit them in and do them on a daily basis. And that's what you have complete control over, your thoughts and your actions. If both of those two things are aligned, you will come across believable and congruent. People will find you easy to engage with and will appreciate with you even if they disagree with you. If you take full control of your thoughts and your actions, you will provide a model for other people to copy, and therefore you are having a direct influence on the world about you. So to control everything in and on the world about you, take 100% control of your thoughts, your actions, change them to increase the level of performance that you wish, and always stay true to who you are. Have a great 24 hours further. Have a wonderful weekend. I look forward to seeing you next week and reading your comments about what actions you're going to be taking that are going to be different from what you're currently doing or in addition to what you're currently doing to accelerate your performance and your success throughout the rest of 2017. Stay awesome.